up, Roxstars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Season 10, Episode... So let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so it's sort of dark out. It's early, so I'm trying to figure out my lighting. It's before work. I wanted to get this done before work so that I can just really concentrate just on work today, you guys. Not much happened in this episode. I was like, boy, this season is starting out with, it ain't starting out with a bang, but I mean, I guess. Let's start with Erica. You guys, I can't really figure out what the timeline is on Erica and this pregnancy, because she's supposed to not know that she's pregnant, or she was just finding out she's pregnant, but she's further along than Bambi, and Bambi is clearly pregnant in the show. Like, I'm confused, like, on what now. I know she had the baby early. She just had the baby a couple of weeks ago. We saw on the show that the baby wasn't due until, looks like, mid-July, so right around this time now. And I am just, I don't really know what this timeline is. It almost feels like they put the Erica and Safari pregnancy storyline in here after the fact, because it's just, I don't know, it's strange. But anyway, maybe you guys can help me on that. That's why I just feel like everything with this is concocted. Of course, obviously not her having the baby early and all, but the situation with her and Safari, and then his stupid ass being out of town and just really doing the most, even extra on social media. It feels like he was trying to piss people off, you know, to get people to believe more in the story. I don't know. Something's weird about the whole thing. And then we see that Erica looks like she might be in some sort of postpartum, you know, state, which I can totally understand. Y'all know I've been there. So she's at the hospital and trying to, you know, just figure out where she went wrong. I mean, it's not her fault that she had the baby early, you know, so she's posted her feelings, and yeah, it's, the whole story is just weird. It's weird to me. I don't know. But anyway, let's just, the show. Her sister is in town. Okay, this is one of her older sisters, I believe. Since she and Safari are up and down, you know, her sister is there to kind of help her out and just to be supportive. This is when she finally lets the sister know that she's 23 weeks pregnant, that she had no idea, because all the shit that's going on with her and Safari, she wasn't even paying any attention to her body. 23 weeks. She didn't know she was pregnant at 23 weeks. The baby is moving by then. You know, so I'm just like, what? So the baby is due in less than 3 months. Okay, so I guess that would mean that they filmed this in July, June, May, April. So this would have been in April. I don't know, you guys. Anyway, of course, she's not prepared, she says. And her sister is just trying to tell her that, you know, maybe this is the blessing that you and Safari need. Okay, sometimes a baby will bring somebody closer, but most of the times it doesn't, especially when the shit is really, really bad. And let Erica and Safari tell it, it is really, really bad. She said that she doesn't even want to tell Safari because he was already complaining about how hard, you know, being a parent was when he was the one who wanted a family in the first place. Now, all of a sudden, he's done a complete about face, and she doesn't even know if he is going to take to this pregnancy news that well. Seems that Safari resents everything, and her sister is like, well, we are women and we're strong and we're resilient, and we will take this one, you know, as it comes, just like we take everything else as it comes. It's gonna be okay. And Erica is like, yeah, she knows that, but she's still afraid about the reaction that Safari is gonna have. She doesn't really know how he's going to take it. I mean, what can he do? This is his child. He can be not around, like, I guess that's what he's choosing to do right now. But I mean, and then I guess you got to do what you got to do, make sure that your baby is taken care of and go on with your life. You know, both of them just, they should have never got married. Probably didn't need to have kids, at least not so early in their marriage. So just, whatever. That's it on Erica and Safari. All right, you guys, so another new person that we have on the show is Amaretto the Great, okay? Cute girl. I'm gonna like her too. I can already feel it. She is definitely Atlanta. I can hear her accent as soon as she opens her mouth. I'm not familiar with her. She is definitely like, evidently, you know, a well-known rapper, at least locally here in Atlanta. And I guess getting her name out, so this being on this show can definitely help her if she plays it, you know, correctly. But yeah, definitely Atlanta. I wish I could get Jada out here to talk to you guys, because Jada sounds very much like her. Like, don't ask me how Jada's voice became so Atlanta. She is, I mean, she's been here since she was 3. When she came here, she was 3. Joe was 5. Joe didn't get the accent, but Jada has it 100%. So just imagine like a softer or maybe a higher voice, but exactly the same. That's my seat. She's at the radio station. I believe that's the same radio station that Jock works at. And they're just talking to her about how she's like one of the best rappers that they know. They don't say female rapper. They just say rapper. And listening to her rap, I was just like, yeah, she's got a real decent flow. Okay, real decent flow. It's time for these female rappers. You know, we just got 1 or 2 or 3 that are real popular. It's time for all of these other ones to get their flowers, you guys. I'm telling you, it doesn't have to just be 1 or 2 at the top. I mean, let everybody get out there and show their talent. So I'm here for Amaretto. I'm here for Amaretto. I don't want to mess up her name. She tells us that she manages herself, and I was like, well, I don't know how much longer that's going to last. Hopefully somebody reaches out that's trustworthy that can help her, because as she gets more and more, gigs and deals and offers and things like that, you know, you need somebody with some business sense, because eventually somebody can take advantage of you. Now, when you're doing things locally and doing, you know, when it's like on a smaller scale, that's one thing. But her being on this show, like I said, with the exposure and everything, more things are going to come her way. She's going to need somebody. So anybody out there that could help Sister Amaretto the Great, y'all reach out. She said her mom managed her for a little while. Okay, but she had to cut sis off because it just got too wild. It got too chaotic. Mama didn't know what she was saying. You know, mamas, just because they your mama don't mean that they know how to run your business. And it don't sound like her and her mother had the best relationship to begin with. So yeah, I don't know about that. So she's reimagining herself, or should I say she's bringing herself back out. She said for 2020 during COVID and everything, she took a break. Just had to try to figure out some things like everybody else. We didn't know where we was going with COVID, child. So she said that now she's promoting her song. What's the name of the song, y'all? Do Too Much. And she's proud of what she's done. And then what I really like about what they've done so far on the show anyway is that they have made her and young baby Tate not have any beef. I can't tell you how many times that these shows have started, especially in New York, okay? These female rappers are, you know, supposedly, well, I won't say supposedly, these female rappers that are in New York, in the New York franchise for real, and even in Miami, they come in with such a chip on their shoulder. It's just like, why y'all fighting and y'all just meeting each other and you already don't automatically like each other? So we didn't take that angle this time. Young baby Tate says that Amaretto the Great is dope. Okay, that she is 100% Atlanta, and she likes her. So I was just like, oh, I just really hope that these two don't start fighting, because, child, we have had that narrative spun on us so many times. Like, can we just normalize, like I said on Twitter last night, let's normalize young black female rappers getting along. It can be done. You know, when the two of them get together on the show, it's clear that they have a lot in common, okay, even though they come from 2 different backgrounds, because we know that young baby Tate probably had more privilege than Amaretto the Great. Young baby Tate coming from her background with her mother and, you know, the successes that her mother had, as opposed to Amaretto the Great and her mother. But they can still kind of relate to each other and just kind of push each other along, you know. So they're talking about the things that they want. Amaretto tells young baby Tate that she feels like she is like a pop star. You know, she just has the look, she has the sound. Young baby Tate tells her that she's going to LA because she's got some work to do out there, and plus she's seeing this guy. I was like, oh Lord. Girl, who is this guy? Just something about the fact that she said she's seeing this guy. She like him, he like her. I was just like, I had the eyebrow up on that one. He's a Bay Area rapper, yeah. So she's going off to the West Coast to be with him. Amaretto's on a different page, not necessarily with no boy. She's just trying to get her whole situation together. She's talking about her relationship with her mother, how she knows that she needs to get that back on track. Like I told you guys, her mother used to manage her. She had her mother as her manager, and it was just a chaotic mess, she said. So just for a few months, and then she was just like, yeah, mama, you got to go. Young baby Tay was like, oh my God, did you feel bad? She was like, I didn't feel bad at all. So good for her. Okay, at least she knows what's gonna be best for her. But she was just like, yeah, no, that definitely didn't work. But she does want to have a better relationship with her, so she knows that she needs to sit down and talk to her. So then, child, how many of you guys had memories of when they used to go to Erica's house back in the day when the show first started? Remember when Scrappy used to be over Erica's house, and it wasn't no big old grand nothing, and you know, I had them same feelings when Amaretto was over at the mama's house, okay, just in the kitchen. Okay, it was Taco Tuesday. And she was just talking to her mother, and her mom was just like, so what's been going on? Because, you know, now that you done cut me off from everything, I don't even really know what's happening. And evidently, Amaretto done got so mad at her mom at one point that she made a diss record about the mother. I was like, oh. And Amaretto explained that it really wasn't because of the mom per se. It's just that she was disappointed in the mom. I guess the mom was seeing some guy. I mean, it's the same old story that we've heard. When you try to blend families, or when the mom has kids and then, you know, hooks up with some nigga that ain't good for nobody. Evidently the mom focused all of her attention on the boyfriend. At least that's how Amaretto and I guess her siblings felt. The mom was like, that is a lie. That is not what happened. But obviously the kids had a different reality than the mother did. So, you know, she was just like, that is the truth. That is what you did. You neglected your kids for that nigga, and he was no good. He was abusive. And the mom was like, yeah, he was all of that, but still, you know, the mom is just sort of like, the only reason why she felt like that is because she wasn't raised by her daddy. Now, I guess Amaretto's dad died when she was like a baby. So she never knew her dad. And then when the mom got with this guy, you know, but I was like, the mom can't really use that excuse, because if she didn't never know her mom, she don't have anybody to compare. I mean, know her dad. She doesn't have any other man to compare this man to. She just know that one was wrong. This one was abusive, disrespectful, okay, taking all of the mama's attention and all of that. I mean, it's definitely the mom's bad choices and mistakes that just kind of put them where they are. Even though the mom doesn't seem to see it the same way. Maybe she just doesn't want to remember it that way. But Amaretto said this is her truth. And she's kind of tired of her mom acting like none of this is, you know, ever happened. So, I guess she feels like if her mother keeps on being in this denial state, then they're never going to get anywhere. Jumping over to Yandy, they are in Kentucky. They're in Louisville because remember they're going to be protesting. They're having a march for the 1-year anniversary of Breonna Taylor's death. And it was just kind of a heavy episode. Every time I still think about Breonna Taylor long enough, like it still brings up the emotions. It's just such a sad, wasted life, a sad story. Like this girl didn't get to realize anything really. I mean, right as she was getting started good, you know, her life was snuffed out. So it's still like a sad story to me. But anyway, they are there with Until Freedom. Tamika's there. Mendices is there. You know, he just felt like he needed to be there and be supportive of his wife, even though he is a felon, an ex-felon, of course, but he can't be getting in trouble. He can't be getting arrested because he can go back to jail, you know, so he has to be really careful, but he still felt like it was important for him to be there with Yandy, which is cool. Okay. It's so funny because I follow Mendices. I don't follow Yandy, but I follow Mendices on Instagram, and he actually is, I can't even picture him as like this big drug kingpin that he was, because he seems so corny. Like he seems like, you know, He doesn't seem like the type that would even be doing that shit that they say that he was doing. It's wild to me. But anyway, so they're trying to rally the people. We got Jock there. Jock said it also was important to him to come to Louisville because he's tired of hearing story after story of people, black men, black women being cut down, killed at the hands of the police. So he goes to Kentucky because he feels like we need the change and we need it fast, and he needs to do his part, you know, and he feels the passion to go out there and try to make a difference as well. At least let his voice be heard. And we even got Carly out there, even though Carly seemed like she was a little bit out of her element. But, you know, kudos to Carly for at least trying to go out there. You know, she stayed pretty quiet, but she did say that it was important for her to be there. You know, she wanted to be supportive of Yandy as they went out there as well. So we got young Jock, Carly, and Yandy and Mendices out there. Until Freedom is having dinner because the workers, the people that are a part of it have been working so hard that they haven't even had a chance to just kind of sit down and just fellowship amongst each other and all of that. So they're having a dinner there the day before the protests. And then when they were standing around and talking to the mom afterwards, and the mom was just, oh, my heart breaks for that woman every time I hear her speak or anything. First of all, the strength that it takes to be able to, like, for a whole year still be trying to fight for your daughter's justice, you know. I don't even think the lady has had a chance to mourn properly because she's been in the spotlight. She's been out there the whole time. So I just look at, because if it was me, I think I would have been like, fuck it. Like, it feels like nothing ever is going to happen with that case. I know that's not the attitude that you should take, but I feel for that lady. I want her to go on a nice vacation, and I need her to just try to get her, you know, because it seems like she's just working and we have all these protests and all of this, but it's still, they have not made any changes to anything significantly that came along with that case, you know. So when she's talking and they're standing around, you know, and Jock asked her, was she going to be ready for tomorrow? And, you know, she was just like, no. I just was sad for you guys. That Breonna Taylor case is just still so sad. So the day of the protest, everybody is out. Yandy speaks at the protest. Tamika speaks at the protest. Jock speaks at the protest. Portia, I said, come on, Portia, changing over brands, jumping over to a different show altogether. She also spoke. And it's just the same. They're going to keep on fighting until they get some sort of justice for Breonna Taylor. Nothing has happened thus far. Nothing that we feel is substantial enough has happened so far. But, you know, hats off to them for still fighting the good fight. It's the Frost Facts. You guys, this whole segment with D-Lo and Rasheeda and them damn kids, I was just like, you guys have got to be shitting me. Now, first we see D-Lo and Rasheeda at home. D-Lo is in charge of homeschooling the kids. Little baby, what the son name is, you know, the youngest that they have. Rasheeda tells us that, you know, with COVID, they had to shut down all their businesses. But now that we back up and running and everything, they have to refocus on their businesses, opening back up. I'm not sure if her stores are still open. Is Pressed still open out here in Atlanta or out there in Houston? I don't know how the shit stayed open when it was even going, because the shit was in there. It was really high. It wasn't the best quality, and you know, but she had prime location, great location. So, I'm sure that helped her. But whatever. They trying to get their businesses back open, and they got the Frost Bistro. Okay. Now, they have their kids, okay, both of their sons running working in the store, and then they have the son's girlfriends working in the store, and then they have D-Lo's daughter working in the store. So they got their kids basically running the store. They're all young. I'm not sure how many people, running the restaurant. I don't know how much of them have like business sense, running a restaurant, anything like that, honey. Rasheeda, you can sit down with your girl Candy and she can kind of let you know that just because they family don't mean that they need to fucking work in the place. Candy does hire her family, but They still got to know what the fuck to do. They damn kids in there fighting. Okay, well, the girlfriends of the sons are fighting in there, and really? Okay, Rasheeda, I'm tired of managing all these crazy ass goddamn employees. All of them in your family. How hard is it to be like, y'all can't work here no more because y'all about to run my shit into the ground? Okay, fire all them motherfuckers and get you somebody else that knows how to work in the damn business. You know, D-Lo, we gotta address what's going on because our kids are very close and seeing everything that's going on is very disappointing. We gotta figure it out because it's too much. It ain't too much. Get rid of him. So he goes down to the accountant. This part is really what cracked me up. So he goes down to the accountant to, just kind of try to get up to speed on what's going on with his businesses. And his accountant was like, please sit down, take that damn mask off. We got to talk. He said, you guys are in the red about $1 million. Close that shit up. Why the fuck y'all, who even goes to Frost Bistro? Anybody out here in Atlanta, my Atlanta Roxstars, y'all let me know where the damn Frost Bistro is and if you've been there and what you thought about it. The accountant, the money man, is explaining to him that they got too much spoilage in their inventory and that they need to get a handle on that. And D-Lo was like, well, it's the kids. I got my sons and my daughters and their girlfriends in there and they supposed to be watching everything. But instead they fighting. Did you really just tell your accountant that? I was just like, I know this accountant was like, Negro. He says that the kids are causing him to lose money. No, the kids probably ain't causing you to lose money. How you blaming spoilage on your damn kids? No, you guys got shit up in there. People don't know how to rotate food. People don't know what they doing. And that's why you got spoilage, okay? You got some damn ghetto ass kids running the place, but still, like, all of this is just a mess. So, all D-Lo, he's so upset, and the accountant was like, well, don't throw in the towel just yet. Just see if you can fix the things that have the problems. And D-Lo was like, yeah, I'm going to sit down and talk with everybody because this is ridiculous. Sure. So he gets everybody together. Oh, and honey, D-Lo lowers the hammer. We got a business and I'm not gonna have people in here running my business down to the ground. I got my kids and my grandkids and my lifestyle. Okay. He fussing at them about how they losing money while Rasheeda sitting over there, decked out in designer clothes, as she always is. Obviously, they ain't losing that much damn money. You trying to convince us that you having all these financial problems, and, Rasheeda has always, not just this one particular instance, but Rasheeda has always been a designer, okay? She might throw in a little bit of her shit that she has at her store every now and again, but she always is laced. So, D-Lo, for real, cut it out, okay? Of course, the kids are sitting there. They all got an attitude, Kai's girlfriend and whatever the other one's, girlfriend, y'all fighting. I don't want to show no kind of favoritism. And his daughter was like, well, while we talking about favoritism, let's talk about the fact that we all got into a fight the other day, but Kai and his girlfriend still was working. They was put on the schedule. Nobody else was put on the schedule. I had to go on. It has nothing to do with nothing. We was short-staffed. And I was just like, oh my God, I don't care about this. I don't want to see this, D-Lo trying to, tell the kids what to do. And then all of a sudden, Kai, I don't give a fuck what people think about me. I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to, keep on going, and I don't give a fuck, and all of this. And I was just sitting there like I said, fire these motherfucking kids. Go get you a regular goddamn staff. As everybody's attitudes get to escalating and rolling eyes, and Kai walk out and all of this, like, fuck them kids, okay? Rasheeda, D-Lo, go after him. Okay, so D-Lo go chase after Kai to try to talk some sense into him. The sister says that this is the reason why everything is so messed up, because her parents allow Kai to have a fit and walk out and be disrespectful and all of that. Kai tells us that he ain't even asked to be manager, and this shit is not fun. That's why that Kai don't need to be damn managing that place. He don't even like the damn job. And then his girlfriend in there fighting, child. You know, Rasheeda's fussing at the rest of them. Like, I did not get into this to be micromanaging. I put everybody in their position for everybody to do their job. I need everybody to think smart. And while she fussing at them, D-Lo come back in there with Kai. And he tell everybody that if they can't get it together, then they fired, then they out. This should have been that meeting. Talking about these kids is running your shit. You got spoilage and all. Come on now. Cut it out. D-Lo and Rasheeda, they kill me with these stories that they come up with. Now all of a sudden, you know, D-Lo is just so concerned. All right, you guys, so that's it. Yeah, this season is just blah so far, but we're gonna stick with it though, and nothing exciting yet, so we'll see. Anyway, let me get off of here. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, Roxstars. Bye.